Good morning students, myself Rajesh Dikrul. Welcome to the e-learning classes provided by St. Michael's Academy, Betia. Children, we are having civics, standard 7, chapter 3. The lesson we are talking about state government and this is part 2. And earlier already we have talked India Federal Union. That means India is divided into states and states and the central government's power also divided and they work together as a union. Also we have talked about the state legislature. That means some states have got 2 houses, some states have got 1 houses. So the state which has got 1 houses, that is called unicameral. The state which has got 2 houses, that is called bicameral. And Bihar is the example of bicameral. Already we have talked about the legislative assembly, Vidhan Sabha. The state which has got 2 houses, that means the bicameral state has got 2 houses, Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. Today we will talk about the Vidhan Parishad. Vidhan Parishad is also known as Legislative Council. The Legislative Council is the upper house. Vidhan Sabha is the lower house. Vidhan Parishad is the upper house. As in the central government, Lok Sabha is the lower house and Rajya Sabha is the upper house. So we are talking about the state governments. So we will discuss in the state government only. So Vidhan Sabha and the Vidhan Parishad both have powers, but the upper house Vidhan Parishad has got less powers, although it is not upper house but it has got less powers. The Vidhan Sabha is a lower house but it has got more powers because the members of the Vidhan Sabha are elected by the people. So now Vidhan Parishad, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Jammu and Kashmir. These states have got Vidhan Parishad, the legislative council. The member of this house are known as member of legislative councils, MLSs, and the member of Vidhan Sabha. Already we had talked that they are called MLS, member of legislative assembly. Now let's see about the qualifications to become the member of legislative. He must be citizen of India. The member of Vidhan Sabha must not be less than 25 years and Vidhan Parishad must not be less than 30 years. He must not hold any government post. If he wants to become the member of any of these houses, he has to resign the government post if he is appointed. Must not be unsound mind or have been disqualified by law for making a criminal. That means unsound talking. By physically he should be complete by speaking, listening, looking. He should not be abnormal. That is called abnormal. He should be mindly sound persons and he should not be any criminal background. That persons can become the member of Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. Now let us talk about the presiding officers. Presiding officers, the chairman and the deputy chairman perform the function of presiding officers. In the Vidhan Parishad, it is also their duty to maintain discipline in the house. The chairman and the deputy chairman, also known as the speaker and the deputy speaker. Presiding officers in the Vidhan Sabha, they preside over meetings, ensures that rules are followed and discipline is maintained in the houses. State executives. India is a federal government. We know that the government in the states are similar to the center. As in the center, president is the head of the state's country. After his assignment, signature only rules become law, but he is a nominal head. All the power lies in the hands of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is ruling government. He works with the help of the legislative councils, the Council of Ministers. In the same way, in the state also, there is a governor who is a nominal head. All the powers lies in the hands of the Chief Minister. Chief Minister also works with the help of Council of Ministers, same to same as the central. All the powers are in their hands. They make the law and for the approval it is sent to the governor or the president. After their signature only it becomes effective. The governor. The governor, the executive power of the state is vested in the governor. All executive actions are taken in the name of the governor. Every state has a governor and at times the same persons may officiate as the governor of two states. The governor of the state is not elected but is appointed by the President of India. We have talked about the unicameral and the bicameral. Some state has got one houses, unicameral. Some state has got two houses, bicameral. But one or two, whatever houses is there, every state has got a governor, and governor is the nominal head. In the name of the governor, the chief minister and the council of ministers works, makes laws, and their works and laws are implemented in the states after approval of the governor. Children, a governor can become a governor of one or two states. A same person can become a governor of two states. So this is the works of the governor. That means governor has no any power. He is just head for the namesakes. All powers are in the hands of the chief ministers. At the center level, in the hand of the prime ministers. And they work with the help of council of ministers. Qualification of appointment. Governor is appointed by the Prime Minister of India with the help of the President. That means Governor is appointed by the President of India. Qualification for the appointment. It is talking about the Governor. He or she must be the citizen of India. His age should not be less than 35 years. He or must not hold any officer of profit. He or she must not be an elected member of the parliament or any state legislative. Powers. Most of the powers and the functions of the governor are similar to those of the president. Okay, children? So, I will stop here. Again, we will meet in the next video for the next classes. Children, write the question answers and submit the copy for the corrections in the school, and can take the copy just after the week. If you like my videos, please like it, share it and subscribe it. Thank you. Bye bye.